Hello viewers, my name is Chase Clover, and I know this review is coming out late, and this review is also being done early Wednesday morning. I'm planning on releasing this review somewhere around, let's say, 6:30, 7 o'clock, but this is being done at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and this is my review on the August 3rd, 2014 USW pay-per-view entitled USW OUTcast 2014. This was live from Brooklyn, New York. I forgot where it was filmed in, but I'll get that later. There were 8 matches on the card. The pay-per-view was 3 hours. This was the very first 3-hour pay-per-view that USW has ever done. They started the 3-hour format because of, too many issues with the 4 hours and how, if there's too much time left over, then, and having 8 matches only on a 4-hour card. You had 8 matches on a 2-hour show on Intensity, and then you started cutting it down, but, that's just, that's just like 8, like, the same amount of matches on Intensity, just, 2 intensities worth. So, but anyways, there were 8 matches on the card. They were pretty good matches. They were very interesting, very, entertaining. And this pay-per-view was fairly good. There were, since there are 6 titles in the, in USW, 5 out of 6 of the championships defended tonight were won by another competitor. And I'll get into those, later on in the review. But anyway, let's start it off. So the kickoff match, the first match on the card lasted about 15 minutes. Alex and George Martin, their match ended in a no contest, which means the match didn't have a winner, because they were going through the match and then George Martin was on the ropes. Alex went to jump on him. George Martin moved out of the way. Alex went straight over the top rope and landed hard on his shoulder outside the ring. He wasn't able to touch the rope to stop, to soften the impact. He went over the rope and then right on his left shoulder. In my perspective, he's got to have, like, a broken arm, a broken wrist, broken shoulder, broken elbow. His left arm must be demolished, and if he were to show up to Intensity, then I would be absolutely amazed. And I'd give him so much credit for that, but Alex went straight over the top rope and landed on his shoulder, so he ended up getting stretchered off because he couldn't walk. He was in so much pain. He couldn't even get off his he couldn't even get off his left arm. He had to stay there on his side because it was too painful to let go. And he did, and that worked out, and that really helped USW because you have teenagers watching the show, so if he were to show that left arm with all the bones and fragments all over the place, then in his arm, you really wouldn't have somebody watching his pay-per-view after that, morbid or brutal type of scene. So Alex and George Martin, their match ended in a no contest, and they haven't really given word on Alex's injury yet, but I think it may be addressed in the Intensity tonight, being as Capital Carnage will be in a few weeks, so. Anyway, after that, oh, by the way, that match was, I would give it 3-star. I would give it a 4-star, but it ended in a no contest, so that's what kept it from getting 4 stars. The second match on the card lasted about 20 minutes, a little over, and also for the Blue Belt Championship, Ash defeated Araki to become the new Blue Belt Champion. My prediction was that Ash would win because he would use the fact that this would be his last chance to get an upper hand and to be determined to win the match, and he did win the match, so credit goes to Ash for that win. He won off the Dust to Ash or something like that. It was his signature move, but anyway, yeah. So Ash is your new Blue Belt Champion. And you're gonna expect these championship matches to be repeated at Capital Carnage, including the one that, was retained. You're still gonna see probably these championship matches at, USW Capital Carnage, if they have not been performed on Intensity. That's what I'm going to say there. Anyway, this match was fairly good. It would, I'll give it a 3-star. It was fair. It wasn't great, but it was fair. Third match on the card, 8 minutes, I believe. Dustin Raymond and Blade beats Dwayne Portland and Switchblade. That was my prediction. This match was better than the one at Ultimate Consequence, but it's still a pointless rivalry. And because of it being a pointless rivalry, I'm gonna give it a lower score, because there's no reason to have these competitors face each other in the type of setting that they are. So, it was okay. They still won in like a short amount of time. I would have expected that match to take 10 minutes if I wanted to give it a 3-star, but I can only give it a 2-star. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. It was pretty bad, so, anyway. But at least it was improvements from Ultimate Consequence. Fourth match on the card lasted about 20 minutes, and it was for the International Championship. Fernandez beat Margot to become the new International Champion, the second International Champion in USW history. I cannot believe in the span of like 2 or 3 minutes how many times the announcers said, the second champion in history, the second champion in history, second, whip-de-doo, yay. By this time next year, there's probably going to be like, at least maybe 15 champions who have held those championships. Let me tell you, the USW Championship and the USW World Heavyweight Championship, they have less than 15 different people who have held the championship. I believe the USW title has been held by like 5 different people, but on 12 different occasions? Same thing, 12 different occasions for the USW World title, except there's been like 8 champions, 9 champions, or whatever. But anyway, besides the commentary, I'm not going to judge it on the commentary. It was a good match. They did have chemistry. My prediction, I believe, was that Margot was going to win. I was wrong about that. Fernandez did get help from Gringo, which kind of spoiled it. And Margot got help from Western Light. But Fernandez did not win cleanly, which kind of puts a damper on his win. I would have given it like 3 stars. You know what? I'll still give it 3 stars. But if I would have given it 4 stars, then it would have been if, Fernandez or Margot would have won it cleanly. Gringo and Western Light both got involved in the match, so that's what, is not clean about it. Anyway, Fernandez is your new international champion. 3 stars. Fifth match on the card lasted about 10 minutes. No disqualification match for the Extreme Championship. Crimson Red beat MC4 to become the new Extreme Champion. I think my prediction was that Crimson Red was going to win. Now MC4 and Crimson Red both hold the record for the shortest amount of time holding the championship, with 7 days in total. This match was very good. I'm loving what they're doing with the Extreme Championship now. They're having great matches. They're setting up the tone with the rivalries. With the rivalry, they're making hype for the pay-per-views. They're making hype for the matches. They're using these performers to the full extent. They're doing things on intensity that can involve these and hype up the match. They're doing everything well with the Extreme Championship, including adding a stipulation to their matches at the pay-per-views. Which, it's an Extreme Championship, you gotta have a stipulation of something. Cage match, no disqualification match is what they always have, or what they have most of the time. But, if you had a cage match, a ladder match, a cell match, whatever, this rivalry can go on for a while. And I feel like USW is gonna make this rivalry go on, so it's gonna probably happen until, until 2015. But I would like to see it end around Bulletproof 7, so that way other performers can have a chance. Anyways, very good match. 4 stars. I enjoyed it. It was very enjoyable. Sixth match on the card was about 12 minutes long, I believe. And it was for the Unified USW Tag Team Championships. Prophecy and Cannon retain after defeating Benny Franklin and Ezra Hills. 5 out of the 6 championships were won by another person, and not the champion. So, being as this was the 1 out of 6 that were retained, then all the other titles were won by different people, and if you saw my preview and prediction video or the match card, then you would know that who won the other titles. Anyways, very good match. Prophecy and Cannon really shined in this match. Benny Franklin and Ezra Hills did a lot in this match. They helped out. I believe it was Cannon who beat Benny Franklin, or Prophecy beating Benny Franklin, One of the two. I would have liked to see Prophecy won with his submission move. I mean, maybe they'll keep him with that submission move. That'll stay as his finisher. But anyway, it was a very good match. It was very worthy of 4 stars. Prophecy and Cannon really shined, and Benny Franklin and Ezra Hills are they're really good performers, especially coming up in the ranks as a tag team. They really needed to become a tag team to get up on the ranks and all the shelves. And get off the shelves and back onto the contendership. So I would expect them to be at least in a number 1 contenders match to see who could be the tag team championship number 1 contenders. So I would expect Benny Franklin and Ezra Hills to be facing Cannon and Prophecy at Capital Carnage 2014. Surprising that it's already August. It seems like just yesterday I was watching Insanity. But anyways, good match. Good show. Yeah. Cannon and Prophecy win. 7th match on the card. 14 minutes long. USW World Heavyweight Championship. Seth defeated Capital to become the new USW World Heavyweight Champion. And I told you on my preview and prediction video that Capital was going to win. And I told you if Seth would win, then I would give him props and I would congratulate him. I would clap for him. Congratulations, Seth. You are the new USW World Heavyweight Champion. Now my question to USW is, what the fuck are you going to do with him now? He's the USW World Heavyweight Champion. Your second best performer in the organization, company, whatever you want to call it. He's your second best performer now. This is the first time the fans have ever heard of him. They actually booed him when he won the USW World Heavyweight Championship. It was a very good match, but they booed him. They actually cheered Capital. Capital's a bad guy. They've been booing him for a while now. A few weeks now, and they started cheering for Capital. They wanted Capital to win because they didn't want Seth to be the world champion. Seth won. Now you got you got a big you've got a big problem on your hands, because now you got to try to get the fans to like Seth and try to get Seth over with the fans. It's not going to be easy, but you're going to have to do that. Seth, he actually stood a chance. He actually fought Capital and didn't get his ass handed to him. He actually won fair and square. He won cleanly. So, congratulations to Seth. New USW World Heavyweight Champion. Now I'm expecting USW to do something with him. 3 stars. The 8th match on the card was the main event of the evening. 15 minutes long for the USW Championship. Enigma beat Derrick Carter to become the new USW champion. Derrick Carter did not lay a hand on Enigma. He didn't punch Enigma, didn't kick him. He didn't get a single move on Enigma. Enigma beat his fucking ass. He put him through 11 tables. He whacked him with a chair 26 times. He hit him with a ladder 17 times. What the fuck was this? Let me tell you, this match went on longer than this review has gone, to the point where I'm talking. You are watching this at about 13 minutes and 45 seconds. This match lasted 15 minutes, 16 seconds. I believe the official time was 15 minutes, 16 seconds, and 61 tenths of a second. And I'm going to stop this review before that time. So, anyway, guys, that was a 2-star match. No, it was a 1-star match. You should have had this be entertaining. God damn. Anyway, guys, that was my review on the August 3rd, 2014 USW pay-per-view entitled USW OUTcast 2014. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe for more. I'm Chase Clover, signing off.